Do you need to train abs as a skinny guy? Now, the short answer is 100% yes. There are some skinny guys out there who will just gaslight themselves and tell themselves, yeah, but I already have abs, so I don't need to train them anymore. And I'm like, bro, come on, you have slight visibility. Now, fair enough if you genuinely had a full six-pack and it was glazing, right? But the point is, you probably don't have that. And if you did have the six-pack, then go ahead, do an ab workout a week, just maintain it, fair enough. But if you genuinely, if you want abs, but you're just trying to gaslight yourself into saying, yeah, I already have them because, they're slightly visible because I'm skinny, then bro, shut up and just do some ab workouts, honestly. You could go ahead, gaslight yourself, trick yourself into not getting it, and then at the end, you just won't have abs. Or you could face your quote-unquote fear of training the abs, go ahead, hit some crunches, hit some leg raises, and actually get them. So, it's your destiny, not mine. If you want to just go ahead, pretend you don't need abs, pretend you already have them, go ahead, don't do that stuff. But if you genuinely want abs and you're ready to admit to yourself, okay, you know what, I don't actually really have abs right now, I have slight visibility. When I first started training, bro, I was so skinny. I was just over 100 pounds at 5'9". Now I'm 132, 133 at the same height. So, yeah, fair enough, I'm still kind of skinny. But what I consider myself now is more aesthetic. And I'm going to explain to you that there's two parts to getting abs. Now, as skinny guys, we're really lucky. We only actually have to do one part of getting abs, okay? Now, I want to explain it with the whiteboard here. Let's pretend that this is a layer of fat. And then this is your six-pack. So, for a fat person, this is a fat person's body, right? Pretend this is their stomach, right? Big stomach. They would have to lose the fat. They would have to bring their fat down. They would have to bring their fat down to go ahead and show some visible abs. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Now they can see their abs after they lost the fat. But of course, they'd also have to train them as well. Now for us, it's we will have our stomach right here. And all we have to do is just train the abs. So we just have to do the workouts to get bigger abs and they'll show right away. Now, I should have showed that for the fat person actually, because they obviously don't have abs right away. But hypothetically, a fat person could have a six-pack under his fat, but it just won't be showing. What he's gonna have to do is he's gonna have to grow the six-pack and then lose the fat. It kind of looked like I showed that he already had a six-pack there. He doesn't already have a six-pack. But basically, if this diagram helps you make sense a little bit of it, then basically all we have to do is get the abs. We don't have to lose the weight. I don't know, I just find that so powerful because it's when you see progress in your abs, it comes so much faster because you'll be doing the crunches. A few months in, you'll actually see abs. Whereas if a fat person does crunches, then a few months in, he's not going to see any progress. Now, it will be there underneath his fat, but he's not going to see any progress. So, that's why it's so powerful so that we only have to do one of those parts. We don't have to lose the fat, we just have to get the abs, okay? Now, when I see my skinny friends, I'm bro, you could totally get abs in a few months. Literally just do some crunch machines, do some leg raises, do something, bro. And yeah, when I see a friend who's no offense, but has higher body fat, then I'll tell him, yeah, it might take you at least a year or two to get them. And that's because he would have to lose the fat first. No offense at all, okay? But he would have to lose the fat first, then get the abs. Whereas if you're skinny, you could literally just do the ab workouts. And quickly, if you do this kind of content, then just make sure to subscribe to this channel, do the YouTube algorithm stuff. So, yeah, okay? Now, pretty much, the single machine that actually got me abs was the crunch machine. Now, very specifically the crunch machine, and not crunches. Not the crunches where you go on the ground. Although, they 100% can give you abs. It's just, I found faster progress using the crunch machine. The one where you very specifically add the weight on, 100 pounds, and then you're just crunching with 100 pounds on you, and it's really hard, right? I find that is the one that actually got me the abs. So, I did run into a problem with this though, where after I did it for probably a year and a half or something, and pretty much the whole time I was lifting, and very recently, just this week, is when I realized, you know what? I'm not actually getting my lower two abs that much. So, what I'm doing now is I'm also doing lying leg raises. Lying leg raises mainly targets the lower two, but will also give you the upper four. That's what I'm doing to solve this problem of only getting the upper four abs. Now, yeah, sure, I have a little bit of the lower two, but it is mostly the upper 4 that I have. So what I would recommend is honestly do both. Do the crunch machine. I find that's really good for getting the upper 4 abs, and I got obliques from it too. Like my obliques are pretty insane, and I got it from that machine. So go ahead, do the crunches, but then also throw in some leg raises so you don't neglect the lower 2. Because that is a mistake that I made where my lower 2 are a lot less developed than my top 4. And as a final bonus point, I want to make it very clear, going ahead and doing workouts like the deadlift, or there was a lat pull down machine that said it worked the core. And sure, those can go ahead, work your abs a little bit, but don't rely on those. Like 100%, sure, they can work your core a tiny bit. But they're also 100% not going to give you the abs, okay? I want to make that very clear. If you do want to get abs, don't cope to yourself and say, yeah, but I'm already doing deadlifts right now. Oh, there's this lat pull down machine that works my core. Don't cope to yourself and say that. If you genuinely do want a six-pack, you'll realize, okay, sure, they can work it a little bit, but there's no way it's going to give you abs on its own. So, yeah, thank you for watching, bro. Hopefully you actually do get abs, and I helped you break a few limiting beliefs that you had about, being skinny so you don't need to train abs, or that you're doing deadlifts and that's actually going to give you the abs. It's a long journey, but I genuinely do believe that you could get it in maybe like 6 months. You could start to see some decent ab progress if you really lock into this. And that's giving you're skinny. So, thank you for watching.